What would happen to the global economy if a major war broke out in Iran? At first, it might sound like a distant conflict, far from everyday life. But the effects could quickly reach gas prices in the United States. Electricity costs in Europe could also rise for millions of households. And higher transportation costs could push food prices upward worldwide. Financial markets could also react quickly to rising geopolitical tension. Yet the surprising part is that Iran itself is not a massive economy. Compared with major global powers, Iran's economy is relatively small. Decades of sanctions have limited trade and investment with the country. Its financial system is also largely isolated from global banking networks. Still, Iran has a population of more than 85 million people. Yet its economy remains smaller than countries like Australia or Spain. So why does Iran matter so much to the global economy? The answer begins with geography and massive energy resources. Energy powers factories, transportation, and daily economic activity. And Iran holds some of the largest oil reserves in the world. In fact, it ranks among the top countries for proven oil reserves. Even under sanctions, millions of barrels of oil are still produced daily. And in energy markets, even small disruptions can move prices. Traders constantly watch geopolitical risks affecting oil supply. But the biggest concern is a narrow waterway nearby. It's called the Strait of Hormuz. Every day, huge tankers carry oil through this narrow passage. Oil from several major producers travels through this route. About 20% of the world's oil passes through this single route. And Iran controls the northern coastline of the strait. That gives the country influence over shipping traffic in the region. If conflict disrupts shipping there, oil prices could spike. Higher oil prices mean more expensive gasoline for drivers. Transportation costs for trucks and shipping would also rise. Manufacturers would face higher costs for energy and materials. Global shipping networks would also become more expensive to operate. Eventually, many of these costs reach everyday consumers. That's why energy shocks often lead to rising inflation. Central banks may then raise interest rates to control inflation. But energy is not the only economic concern. The Middle East is also a critical crossroads for global trade. Many international flight paths also pass through nearby airspace. During conflicts, companies often reroute ships and aircraft. These changes can slow global supply chains. Financial markets also react quickly to geopolitical tension. Investors often move money into safe assets like gold. Government bonds are another traditional safe haven, and the US dollar often strengthens during uncertainty. Some oil-exporting nations may benefit from higher prices, but oil-importing countries face higher costs. This shows how interconnected the modern global economy has become. Energy, trade routes, and financial markets are closely linked. That's why economists watch tensions involving Iran very closely. Because when energy, geography, and global trade collide, the ripple effects can reach the entire world.